Welcome to Lento English. Ready to level up your English? Here we learn through stories, slow, clear, and fun. Listen, relax, and enjoy the journey.
1. Introduction. The way we move around the world is quickly changing. For many decades, cars used gasoline or diesel fuel. These cars are called internal combustion engine cars. Today, the world is moving toward a new type of transport. This new type uses electricity to move. These are electric vehicles, or EVs. This change is very big. It is changing global business and how people live in cities. This need for clean transport makes electric cars important for the future. Many countries want to stop using oil. They want cleaner air in their cities. When we look at this global movement, the rise of one country is the biggest story. This country is China. China has become the most important player in the world of electric cars. It has a very strong position in this new industry. This did not happen by chance. It is the result of many smart decisions made over a long period of time. China makes a large number of EVs. In recent years, more than half of all new electric cars made globally came from China. The country also sells these cars to many other parts of the world. This shows how big their influence is now. The traditional car makers in Europe, Japan, and America are now facing a new type of competition. This competition is strong and fast. Learning about China's method is key to understanding the new world of cars. To understand this fast rise, we must look at four main parts of the story. These four parts work together to create success. The first part is strong government help. The Chinese government gave much support to EV companies. They gave financial help and created rules that made electric cars popular for consumers. For example, they made it easier to get a license plate for an EV than for a gasoline car in major cities. The second part is the battery. The battery is the most important part of the electric car. China focused on controlling the materials and the factories needed for batteries. Companies there now make most of the world's EV batteries. This gives them a big advantage in controlling costs and ensuring supply. The third part is the market size. China has the largest car market on Earth. Millions of people buy new cars every year. This massive demand helps local companies grow very fast. Strong competition at home forces these companies to make better, cheaper, and more modern cars quickly. Finally, the fourth part is speed and technology. Chinese companies are very fast at designing and building new car models. They focus on new technology, like big screens and smart systems inside the car. They are setting new standards for what a modern car can do. This lesson will explore all these reasons in detail. We will study how government plans, control of materials, and a huge market created a global leader. This important story helps us understand the future of global transport and the changing power in the car business. 2. A government's big plan. The rise of electric cars in this country did not happen by accident. It was the result of a very big plan created by the government. This plan helped the new electric car industry grow quickly and powerfully. This strong government support was the main reason for the fast changes in how people drive. Since 2009, the government has given a lot of money to the companies making electric cars. This financial help was a strong push to begin the race for electric dominance. The government spent many billions of dollars to support this major change. This money went directly to the car makers to help them develop new models. It also went to the people who wanted to buy the new cars. These payments were called subsidies. Subsidies made the price of electric cars much cheaper for the buyer. This strong financial backing helped manufacturers build new factories and research better technologies quickly. It was critical for the companies to grow without major money problems at the start. Money was only one part of the big government plan. They also created important new rules about car ownership. In many of the country's biggest cities, getting a license plate for a car that used gasoline became very difficult. This was done to help fight air pollution and reduce traffic jams in crowded areas. Waiting times for gasoline car plates were often long, and sometimes it was nearly impossible to get the necessary plate at all. However, the rules were very different for electric cars. If a person bought an electric car, getting a license plate was much simpler and faster. This difference was a powerful reason for many people to choose an electric model instead of a traditional one. It sent a clear message from the government: electric cars are the future of transport. Another key part of the plan was infrastructure. For electric cars to be truly useful, drivers must have places to charge them easily. The government understood this need early on. They started a massive project to build a large network of charging stations across the country. They created rules that said all new residential buildings, like apartment complexes, and business areas must include charging spots. This focus on building charging infrastructure meant that drivers did not have to worry about running out of power. This made owning an electric car convenient and easy. This combination of financial help, favorable rules, and widespread infrastructure successfully created the conditions for the electric car industry to become strong and dominant. 3. The heart of the car. The most important part of an electric car is the battery. It is truly the heart of the machine. The battery holds the power that makes the wheels turn. If the battery is weak, the car cannot go far. For this reason, controlling the battery industry is key to winning the electric car race. China understood this very well, and they made a big plan to become the world leader in making these batteries. This plan started more than 10 years ago. Today, Chinese companies make most of the electric car batteries used globally. Giants like CATL and BYD are very big names in this industry. They sell batteries to major car makers all over the world, not just in China. China is now responsible for more than 3/4 of all lithium-ion battery production globally. This shows how strong their position is. China's advantage is more than just making the final product. They control the whole process from beginning to end. This is called the supply chain. A battery needs special raw materials like lithium, cobalt, and graphite. Chinese companies are involved in finding and preparing these materials. They take these raw materials and turn them into small battery cells, and then into large battery packs for cars. This control across the entire process is known as vertical integration. This complete control gives Chinese companies a great cost advantage. Batteries are much cheaper to make when you control every step. Also, if there are problems getting materials from other countries, China's companies are safer because they have secured their own supply. This makes their production line very stable. Chinese companies also focused on a specific, helpful technology early on. They chose to focus on a technology called lithium iron phosphate, or LFP. This was a very smart choice. LFP batteries are known for being cost-effective. They are also very reliable and durable, meaning they last a long time. They are safer than some other types of batteries used by competitors at the time. This focus on cheaper, safer technology helped Chinese companies grow very fast and sell huge numbers of cars. The search for better batteries never stops. Companies are always finding new ways to make batteries lighter, safer, and able to hold more power. For example, some companies have made new batteries that can charge up to 80% in only 10 minutes. Other innovations allow the car to use its battery power to run other things, like tools or lights outside the car. This constant innovation keeps China at the front of the battery race. The control over the heart of the electric car is a main reason for China's success in this new industry. 4. A very big home market. China is a country with a very large population. Because of this, it has the biggest market in the world for selling cars. This large market size has been a huge help for the electric car industry. Millions of people needed new cars, and many of them chose electric vehicles. This huge demand inside the country gave local companies a great place to start and grow. In recent years, more than 1 in every 3 new cars sold in China was electric. This strong demand means companies can produce cars in huge numbers. Producing many cars helps to lower the cost of making each car. The Chinese market is not just big, it is also very competitive. There are more than 100 different companies that make electric cars. These companies must fight hard to attract buyers and sell their vehicles. This strong competition is very good for the customers. It forces manufacturers to work faster and smarter. They must offer cars that are high quality and have many features, but they must also keep the prices low. This intense pressure makes the companies innovate quickly. They are always improving the batteries, adding new technology, and making the car designs modern. For example, competition forces companies to quickly adopt new features, such as large internal screens and advanced safety systems. They cannot wait long to launch new models. If a company does not change fast, it will lose customers to a competitor. This rapid pace of development, fueled by the massive demand, is a key reason why they are now major players in the global car industry. The large home market works like a huge testing ground. Before a company exports a car to another country, it has already sold millions of units at home. Selling many cars quickly helps manufacturers find problems and fix them fast. They collect a lot of data about how drivers use the cars and what features they like best. This process helps them improve their products much faster than companies that sell fewer cars. It is like practicing in a difficult environment to become ready for the world stage. Once a company has succeeded in this tough home market, it is ready to sell cars globally. The experience gained in China helps these companies expand internationally. They know how to build cars cheaply and efficiently. The strong base at home gives them the money and knowledge they need to compete with older car makers around the world. This big home market is the strong foundation for their international success. 5. Making new cars faster. The electric car industry in China moves very quickly. People call this fast-paced China speed. This speed is one reason why Chinese companies are now major players in the world market. They can design, test, and start selling new car models much faster than many older car companies in other countries. This quick development process gives them a big advantage. How fast is this change? Studies show that Chinese electric car makers can bring a brand new model to the market about 30% quicker than their Western rivals. This means that while one company might need 4 years to make a new car ready for sale, a Chinese company might only need 3 years. This difference of 1 year is very important in a fast-changing industry like electric transport. One major reason for this speed is the strong focus on software. For traditional car makers, the engine and the metal parts called hardware were the most important things. For modern electric car makers, the computer programs and the driver's experience are key. Electric cars are often seen as large computers that people drive. Because these cars rely heavily on software, changes are easier and quicker to make. If a company wants to update the navigation system or add a new game to the car's screen, they can often do this with a quick software update. They do not need to change the physical parts of the car. This makes innovation much faster and cheaper to manage. The user experience is also central to the design process. Companies focus on making the large touchscreens easy and fun to use. They want the car to feel connected, just like a person's phone or tablet. They gather information quickly from their many customers in the large home market. This feedback is essential for speed. If drivers like a feature, the company quickly adds it to the next car design. If drivers do not like something, it is removed fast. This constant and quick feedback loop speeds up the whole process of design and manufacturing. Designing a car is no longer just about metal and safety. It is also about digital technology and connectivity, which changes very quickly. This rapid development pace is now changing how cars are made globally. Older car companies must learn to move at China speed if they want to stay competitive. The speed of design and release is becoming just as important as the cost or the battery life. This means that in the future, all drivers around the world will see new electric car models and new technology arrive much sooner than ever before. 6. Smart cars for a smart world. Modern electric cars are very different from old cars. They are not just for transport. They are now smart devices on wheels. This change is important for the future of driving. The technology inside these cars is advanced. Drivers see large screens inside the car. These screens are the center of the car's controls. They manage navigation, music, and car settings. The companies put great effort into making the software easy to use. This focus on the user experience is a key part of the design. It makes the car feel modern and connected. These smart cars often use artificial intelligence, or AI. AI helps the car manage complex tasks. Many cars include advanced driver assistance systems. These systems help the driver in many ways. For example, they can help the car stay in its lane. They can also help the driver park the car easily. These smart systems are making driving much safer and more comfortable for people. The speed of technology change is fast. Chinese car makers are setting new industry standards. They are bringing new features to the market quickly. They focus on innovation, not just low prices. They are integrating technology faster than many other global manufacturers. One important innovation is in how the car uses power. Some electric cars have vehicle-to-load technology. This means the car's large battery can power things outside the car. For example, you can plug in tools or lights at a campsite. The car becomes a large, mobile power source, which is very useful. The technology also focuses heavily on battery improvements. Companies are working on batteries that can travel longer distances. They are also making batteries that charge very fast. Some new batteries can charge up to 80% capacity in only a little more than 10 minutes. This speed makes electric cars much easier to use every day and reduces waiting time significantly. This integration of AI, fast charging, and helpful systems shows a major shift in the industry. The car is no longer just metal and an engine. It is now a connected device that offers many services. This advanced technology is changing what drivers expect from a new car. It is creating a new, smart world for transport. Companies that lead in this technology will lead the global market. They are pushing the entire car industry forward quickly and setting new global benchmarks. 7. Going around the world. Chinese electric car companies looked outside their home country. They wanted to sell their new cars around the world. Their success at home prepared them for this very big step. They used their large domestic market as a perfect practice area. They learned what drivers liked and how to make cars quickly and well. This intense preparation gave them the confidence to look overseas for new sales opportunities. One big example is the company BYD. This company started to sell its electric cars in many new places. They went to countries in Asia, Europe, and South America. They began shipping many thousands of cars overseas every month. This move showed the world that Chinese cars were ready for global buyers. These exported cars offered high quality combined with a competitive price, making them very attractive. The companies brought their unique strengths with them. They offered cars with new technology, smart features, and very good prices compared to existing models. This created strong competition for older, traditional car makers in Europe, Japan, and America. For a long time, these established companies were the undisputed leaders of the car world. Now, the global situation was changing very fast, forcing everyone to react. A major event happened in the global car market that shocked many people. A Chinese company became the world's biggest seller of electric vehicles. BYD sold more electric cars than any other company globally, including famous American and European brands. This was a very important moment for the entire industry. It showed the world that the electric car market had a new top player and that the balance of power was shifting permanently. Going global is never easy. Chinese companies had to learn about different laws and safety rules in every country they entered. They also had to build new dealerships and repair centers far from their home base. They worked hard to build trust with new international customers. Some people were still unsure about purchasing new brands from a distant country, so building reputation and reliability was key to their long-term success. The arrival of these modern, affordable electric cars made traditional car makers worry greatly. They had to speed up their own plans for making electric cars. They also had to find ways to make their cars cheaper and more technologically advanced quickly. The global market for cars was becoming much harder and more competitive for everyone involved. The journey around the world is only beginning for these successful car makers. 8. The road ahead. This lesson looked at how one country became the world's leader in electric cars. This great change was not an accident. It happened because of several smart choices that worked well together. We saw three big things that helped this growth happen very fast in a short time. First, strong support from the government was the key foundation. Leaders made plans to help the industry grow. They gave money to companies and invested in building many public charging stations across the country. New rules also made it easier for people to choose electric cars instead of cars that use petrol. This strong, steady help from the government created a safe environment for the industry to begin and succeed. Second, control over the battery was critical. The battery is the most important and expensive part of any electric car. This country worked hard to control the entire battery supply chain. This means they control the raw materials needed, like certain metals, and the large factories that build the final battery packs. Controlling this whole process gives them a big advantage in cost. They can make cheaper batteries that are also reliable and safe, giving local car makers a clear edge. Third, having the world's largest car market was a massive benefit. Millions of people buy new cars every year. This huge demand created very tough competition among many local car companies. This competition forced the companies to make their cars better, cheaper, and more advanced very quickly. The home market served as a perfect testing ground before these companies started selling their cars around the world. We also learned about China speed. Companies can design and build new car models much faster than older car makers in other countries. They put a lot of new technology inside the cars, like large screens, smart software, and helpful driving systems. This focus on fast, useful innovation keeps them ahead of the global competition and sets new standards for what a modern car should be. These three main factors, government planning, battery control, and a massive, dynamic market, have made this country the most powerful force in electric transport today. This leadership is not likely to stop soon. As more people around the world choose electric vehicles, the influence of these manufacturers will only increase. This changes the global car industry forever. For drivers everywhere, it means more choices, lower prices, and new, smarter cars are coming. This is the road ahead for global transport.